Hi friends, today we are going to be drawing and painting our love monsters, just like the love monster that we saw in the book. What you need for today is you need a white piece of paper to draw on, a black crayon, and your watercolor set. Now, if you don't have these supplies with you, you can always just color your love monster with crayons, color pencils, markers, if you're not allowed to use your watercolor set at this time, okay? So please know that you can use other materials too. And also, you're welcome to make any changes that you want to your love monster. If you want to add little accessories or details, just know that you don't always have to do it exactly how Ms. Kapowski does it. You can always do it a little bit differently, okay? So the first thing we're going to start with is the body of our love monster, and the top of the love monster's head kind of looks like a kitty cat. So we're going to make the little ears, a curved line, and another little ear. I would start maybe about halfway on your paper because we're going to do a bunch of hearts on the top, okay? So I'm going to start with my black crayon, but if you want to start with a pencil just in case you mess up, that might be a good idea too. So I'm going to make one little point up for one of his ears, a curved line for his head, and then another little point for his other ear. Okay? Then from those little points, I'm going to make a line that kind of curves down for the sides of his body. If you want to do more of like a zigzag line so that it looks like he's fluffy, you can. I'm going to start with his big googly eyes up close to the top of my head here. I'm going to make two big circles, okay? And so I'm going to make one big circle here and one big circle here. Inside of those eyes, I'm going to make two smaller circles. And inside of that, I leave a little circle for the little glimmer of light in his eye, and same with the other one. And then I fill the rest of it in. So I leave a little bit of a circle for that little glimmer in his eye. I always like to add some eyebrows. You could add eyelashes if you want. It's up to you. Okay. And you could always add little eyelashes on your ears too, just like the other love monster in the book. And then we're going to make the mouth. And remember, his mouth is a little curved line, and he's got little triangle teeth. So I'm going to make a little curve, like he's smiling. So cute. And then little triangles for the teeth. Okay? And then on him, I'm going to make a heart. Now, real quick, I want to show you how to make a heart. When you are making a heart, okay, I'm just going to cover this real quick. When you're making a heart, you start by making what looks like a letter C, except you go down into a point. So it kind of looks like a candy cane that's kind of on its side, or like a little hook. And then I'm going to do another one on the other side. Okay? So that little hook, and then the other one. All right? Try your very best. If you don't want to do a heart, you can always do another shape. So I'm going to put the heart right here. There we go. And I'm going to add a bunch of lines for some texture for my love monster's fur. Okay, so I'm going to put little lines here. And what's great about crayon is when we paint over top of it, it is going to not stick to our crayon. We've done this before with some of our lessons, so it won't stick. So you'll still be able to see those little lines that you made for the hair. Okay, so please make sure you're pressing nice and hard for the little hairs on your love monster. Okay. Now that I have my cute little love monster, I'm going to add a bunch of different hearts in the sky. If you want to draw something else in your sky, a rainbow, stars, anything else, you can make this picture your own. I'm going to draw a bunch of hearts, different sizes. Maybe some big hearts, maybe some small hearts. Okay, and once I'm done, I'm going to color my hearts in different colors. In the book, the Love Monster's heart that is on his body here is like a blue color, but again, you can do it whatever color you want. I'm going to do some of these hearts in that blue color too, and I'm going to use my crayons. Again, you could paint this too. I just like to use my crayons because it makes it a little bit easier when I'm going to paint around my love monster, that if I accidentally get crayon on or paint on my hearts, then it doesn't stick. So also, if you want to grab some other colored crayons too, this works nicely as well. Maybe I'll draw some purple. And again, you can do these hearts whatever colors you want. Maybe I'll do some pink. Okay. Now that I'm done coloring with my crayons, I am ready to paint. And we're going to start by painting our love monster red because he's red in the book. But again, if you want to make your love monster a different color, that's totally fine. Just make sure whatever you color the sky behind it, it's a different color than your love monster. And you want to make sure that you keep the eyes and the teeth white. So be really careful when you're painting around those. It's okay if you get a little bit of paint on there, but just be careful. I'm adding a little bit of water to my paintbrush. I'm going to take my red color here and I'm going to start painting my love monster. And what I love about those crayons is as I'm painting my love monster, you'll still be able to see the texture that we drew for his fur. Again, I'm going to be really careful around that mouth. Taking my time as I go. Sometimes I go around those areas first just so that I don't get any red on it. Sometimes if you add a little bit of white crayon on there too, it helps keep the paint off of it. Or if you want to even color your love monster with your red crayon too. Remember, the more paint you put on, the darker your color is going to be. Remember, even when I'm using the same color, I always add a little bit more paint to my paintbrush just so that my paintbrush doesn't get dry. You never want your paintbrush to have a crazy hairdo and look super dry because that can ruin your paintbrush. So you want to make sure that you keep water on it. And again, I'm being nice and careful around my love monster's face. And again, if you don't have your watercolors, or maybe you're not allowed to use your watercolors today, or wherever you are, it's okay. You can use crayons, colored pencils, anything to color in your love monster. You don't have to use your watercolors. I just love watercolor paints. And I feel very lucky that you have watercolor paints that you got from Mary D. Lang. Cool. I'm going to clean out my paintbrush and I'm going to paint my sky around it. Now you can pick whatever color you want. I just want you to pick a different color than your love monster. And I'm also going to pick a different color than the hearts that I did too, just so that they really pop. So I think I'm going to pick yellow, another warm color. So I really cleaned out my paintbrush. Nice and Good. Now I'm gonna paint mine yellow, and you know what's great is you can paint right over top of those hearts and they still show up. Now you can do a bunch of different colors in the background if you want. You don't have to just do one. And again, making it easier, I just paint right over top of those hearts because we colored them with crayon and it won't stick. Now, if you colored it with anything else, you may want to go around those hearts. And make sure that you don't use too much water because you don't want to make your paper super soggy. You want to leave a little bit of white space around the edge of your paper just so that the paint doesn't go off your paper. And again, you can do whatever color you want. I just picked yellow because it's different from any of the other colors I used for my love monster and my hearts, so they really stand out. And being careful painting around my love monster. Sometimes I go back in and add a little bit more color to it, adding a little bit more paint. Remember, you don't want your paintbrush to get dry. Alright, and once you are done painting your cute love monster, and find a safe spot to keep it to dry. I would love to see pictures of your love monsters. So if you want to send a picture to your teacher or send it to my email, please feel free. I can't wait to see what you come up with. And please remember to be kind and to love other people. I hope you have a wonderful rest of your day. Bye, friends.